What's up, y'all? What's going on, man? I got a question. Do y'all think Shannon Sharpe does too much or he's too over the top with his antics, with the Henny on set, with the Black and Miles on the desk, putting it in his mouth? Do y'all think he's just way too over the top? Do you think it's defeating the purpose of journalism within the sports realm? And I bring this up because my boy, one of my close friends from college, Mississippi Valley State University, my homie Blake is now at Columbia University, an Ivy League school, made the transition from an HBCU to an Ivy League college. So I got to salute my brother on that. He said, we had a group chat, and he brought this up and said that he don't watch Undisputed because he thinks Shannon does entirely too much. It's too much for him. He thinks it's hurting journalism, sports journalism in particular. And I would have to disagree. I say that because, for one, and I told Blake this, Shannon is on television. Television is all about entertainment. How many ratings you can draw in, how much you can keep the fans garnered enough to keep your show on air. Because if Shannon is not entertaining as he is, they could possibly be sitting at home. Like, for real. For two, it's a method to the madness. As entertaining as Shannon is, he's also very articulate. He's very well versed on the subjects that he speaks about. He researches, he takes the time to research, or if he has a research team, I don't know, but he definitely researches these statistics to go along with his statements. And I think he makes a lot of accurate assessments, in my opinion. And as a former NFL player, he brings a different type of insight to the show. He has insight on the game. He's played it before, so he knows what he's talking about. And he takes the time out to learn and study other sports that he didn't dabble or didn't play in, you know, whether it's baseball, boxing, UFC, basketball as well. So I definitely appreciate his approach with it. But like I said, it's all about entertainment in television. And I think that's what, like, that makes the show what it is, not just the Henny and all of that. And this is another thing too. He only does it in like the first 2 to 3 minutes of the show. Period. After that, he might reference it for 1 or 2 times. He throw the GOAT mask on at the beginning for LeBron James. But it's not all, I pull out the Henny, I pull out the blacks, and LeBron James is really great, and that's it. Like, no, he has substance to him. And I think that's what makes me appreciate him even more. Even the rhetoric that he uses. He brings a lot of, and I'm not talking about the Black and Miles and none of that. The rhetoric that he uses, he brings black culture to television. When he talks about when he makes certain references to certain things in certain situations, when he uses certain slang, when he talks about LeBron's triple doubles as if it was referring to a side chick. Now that's not black culture, but it's absolutely funny. It's absolutely funny when he speaks about Miss Triple Dub is what he calls LeBron triple doubles. And he says she made an appearance tonight at Staples Center. I was thinking about I might have to call Savannah and tell her we got a problem on our hands. And that's absolutely funny. Like bar none, it's absolutely funny. So I don't think he's ruining journalism at all. I think he's bringing a different flavor to it that makes it, for certain people and certain crowds, more digestible. In the print media field, if he were to talk about Henny and Yak, and he were to make these jokes about, we talk about reference his grandmother, stuff that his grandmother told him. He uses, what's the word I'm looking for? Old adages, or he uses, what is the word I'm looking for? He uses certain quotes and phrases that a lot of black people use and bring it to TV, and like quotes that his grandmother and grandfather uses. He can't use that in print media, but he can do it on TV. Print media is the more informative side of things. You have to tell things flat out with not many opinions. You just got to report it how it is. On TV, you're free to express your opinions, especially on a network like Fox Sports. He can talk how he wants to talk. They give him the freedom to carry on how he wants to carry on. And I think it's quite entertaining. I think that's why people love this show. Skip himself brings the journalistic credibility that a lot of people may be looking for because he attended Vanderbilt. He's been sports reporting since the 1970s. He actually was one of the first reporters to talk about how great he thought Doug Williams was at Grambling State University at HBCU in Louisiana. So I think if you're looking for the more journalistic vibe or credibility, you look for Skip. But I think that a lot of people underestimate how knowledgeable Shannon is. And clear this up. Yeah, and I was thinking about this. If you were to watch that show, right, and you were to watch ESPN, First Take, or these other debate shows, I think a lot of people would be more gravitated to Undisputed. Simply because not only is that man, he like he just entertainment at his finest. He's comical, but he brings a different perspective to things. And I think how vigorously he speaks on behalf of black people, because my homie Marcus also said that he thinks that sometimes Shannon bringing the Black and Miles and the Henny on TV just too over the top is promoting like ghetto culture that they think black people are. He thinks it's just too much. And I asked him, I said, even with that, do you think that how hard Shannon speaks for black people, how hard he speaks up for racial injustices, stereotypes, and what's the word I'm looking for? Prejudices. When he speaks against these things, does that cancel out what you think is promoting stereotypes of black people? Does that cancel it out? You know, and I love the way that he speaks when he speaks for our people, when he speaks up for us on many issues, because it's one thing for a common Joe to speak about things. And when I say common Joe, I'm not mean like a nobody. I don't mean that. But I mean a guy that's well respected in sports, a Hall of Famer, to say what he says about Colin Kaepernick. It holds a lot of weight. Not just about Colin Kaepernick. Talking about issues that we face in America on a day-to-day basis. And he comes out and here it is, a prominent athlete, him along with others like LeBron James. When they speak out about the issues that our people face, I think that's so, you got to commend that. You got to stand up and applaud that, because a lot of people are scared to talk about things like that. Michael Jordan is one who's never talked about these type of issues because he's so afraid to offend his fan base of people that are the people who are outside of the black community. But with Shannon, he doesn't care. Love him or hate him, he gonna speak the truth. And I appreciate that about him. I appreciate how smooth he's made this transition from an athlete to a broadcaster now, and how he's firm in what he believes in. He's confident when he says it, and he means what he says, and he dares you to critique him, or he don't care. He don't give a damn if you got something negative to say about how he feels or his spin or approach on things. And that's something I think is commendable, especially for a black man in television, network television, to be so bold in his stance and so bold with his rhetoric. Like he doesn't care who's in the crowd, where they are speaking, if there's too many white people in the room. He doesn't care. He's gonna speak on behalf of black people, and he's gonna speak it firmly. Now, a lot of people are going to bring up, oh, he may be dating a white woman and all that. But listen, it doesn't matter. He speaks for our people. It don't matter who you date. He speaks up for our people and come and stand firm on the front lines. That's respectable, period. But I don't think that Henny and I don't think that takes away from who he actually is and what he really brings to the show. I don't know. I want to know what y'all opinions are. Do y'all think Shannon does too much? Do y'all think it's just ridiculous, or do you enjoy it? I myself, like I said, I enjoy it. They got to bring the ratings in somehow, and again, Shannon only does that for the first 3 to 5 minutes of the show. After that, he's strictly talking. Now, he clowns, he might joke with Skip, but he don't pull out the Henny and nothing like that anymore. But again, I think it's just for him to be comical and be funny. I don't think he's trying to perpetuate any stereotypes. Whether you're trying to or not, I get it that some people are gonna look at it like, oh, look at the black man on TV with the Black and Miles in his mouth and a Henny. But again, how firmly he speaks and what he says, how articulate he is, and how educated he is, man. I think people sleep on that, how educated that man is. He not just uses big words, but like he knows how to say things in a proper context, in a certain way that the common person can understand, and even the most educated person from Harvard University can feel as well, if you know what I mean. So I don't think it's too much, man. I think that I don't know if Blake and Marcus watched the show in its entirety, but I appreciate everything that he brings to it, man. To take the time out to still be true to you, like be yourself on TV, and still be take your job seriously, to research what you're doing, research what you're talking about, and to take your craft to another level, or to hone your skills and still be yourself, is something to commend him for. People often say he's a national treasure. We got to protect him at all costs. I just really enjoy his talks on not only LeBron and Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers and things like that, but I also enjoy his speech when it comes to social issues, because he adds great commentary that's needed, and a discussion that's often heartfelt. I've often listened to him talk about things, and I've felt so proud to be a black man after he spoke. Felt so proud to be a listener or a fan of Shannon Sharpe because of the things that he says and how he says it. So I think that cancels out that. If you call it buffoonery, I understand. But again, I think it's entertainment television. This is not informative news platform like newspaper or ABC7. It's nothing like that. It's this entertainment debate show, and they stay on air because of the Shannon's comicalness, Skip's knowledge, and Skip's refusal to conform. I think Skip is true to what he feels and what he believes, even if we think it's crazy. He doesn't fold. He doesn't care what other people thinks about his opinion, and neither does Shannon Sharpe. And I think that creates great chemistry for that television show. But I don't think he do too much, man. Tell me what y'all think, man. Comment below, and we can have an open discussion. Peace.